We're playing some more of this Magistrate Scepter energy counter 8-key combo deck that I started to play on Friday. We had a pretty solid showing on Friday, especially when we switched to this version that's playing 7 keys in the main deck, the 8th key in the sideboard. I feel like this was a big upgrade over that 2-mana artifact. You put a charge counter in your upkeep. The keys have been so good, especially with the Mystic Forge turns, and I was definitely not playing 100% on Friday. You know, I put the deck together, and still tuning the list, learning the lines, and sequencing the range of keepable hands, but the deck has been feeling like the more I've been playing it, and the more I've been learning it and like figuring it out, the more I've been liking it, and I think this deck is actually pretty good. Excited to play some more of it. It's been really fun. It's been really fast. I had a turn 3 infinite turn kill yesterday. I think we maybe get some more of those because I figured out some of the sequencing, I think. Fleeceman, 13 months, appreciate you. Bug, 13 months as well. In general, I'm getting a bit more aggressively. With the deck, I think. And this hand is very close. I think you have to keep a hand like this, though. You have your Chalice effect, you have a way to put counters on with the Surge node, you have a key for extra mana, and you have a Stirrings to find a payoff, and we're also on the play, although if this were handed on the draw, it'd be fine too, because we have the Caverns. Yeah, I don't know, so I did a deck tech at the beginning of... Okay, hold on, interesting. So I can go Manifold Key, counter on the Cornucopia, counter on the Cornucopia, pass, or I can go counter on the Cornucopia, into Power Conduit. I think I do that so that if my opponent has like Spell Pierce, I get this counter first. Yeah, I don't know if Doc clipped the deck tech or if anybody clipped the deck tech from Friday's stream. It was kind of a long one. It's the beginning of that stream. Maybe I should clip that and put it on YouTube or something, but I don't have it at the moment. Gallium, thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you. And then Mug the 13 months. I don't think I missed anybody. Ooh, interesting. Prismatic Vista. So I'm going to go ahead and take the counter off of the Ice Bridge and put it on the Cornucopia. That's been something I've been doing somewhat aggressively here. And then I think I'm going to go counter here and then Ancient Stirrings. I don't know what my opponent's doing over here. Prismatic Vista doesn't usually mean creativity. Coretapper, Magistrate Scepter. Alright, I think I just have to take the payoff here. Play Caverns, 3 mana, key. Then we'll untap the Cornucopia to play around like Spell Pierce type effects. And then we can start taking turns soon. Next turn we can take a turn. We can go end of turn, counter, move from the Surge node, put it onto the Scepter, put 2 more counters, take a turn. Any changes make Test Reanimator? I'm pretty happy with that deck. I don't think there's, at the time of making this comment, any changes I'd recommend making. Okay, so we're going to cast a spell. Maybe a Blood Moon. Kind of looks like they're playing Blood Moon in their deck. Saheeli combo, okay. Well, we obviously don't have a lot of interaction for the combo. But who needs interaction when you're taking turns, huh? Because we have 3 counters still in the Surge node. Okay, so Urza Saga is great because this can be a source of counters for us. I could just take a counter off the Saga right now, but I think being able to make a token next turn, maybe attack Saheeli, is probably a little bit more relevant. So maybe go counter on the Magistrate Scepter, take a turn, then make 3 mana, untap the Scepter, and just put a counter on it the hard way. Untap. Then we put a counter on the Urza Saga. Draw Boseiju for turn. Not super helpful, but not, the end of the world either. Then we can go make a Saga token. Play the Boseiju. I think we just go put a counter here. Untap the Scepter. And then use Power Conduit to put a counter on the Scepter. And I think I'll just take the last counter from the Surge node. Take a turn. And then now this should be an infinite combo where we have, this is really the power of the deck, is Power Conduit plus Urza Saga, where you just rip that third counter from the Saga, your Saga stays in play, and then you're just gonna get to have basically as many like triggers of the Saga as you want, which is gonna result in infinite turns. So pretty good game. I think that was a turn 4 kill on the play. Yeah, that was turn 4 on the play, I think. Yeah, I think we only have 4 more decks in Modern. We'll see. How do you feel about a blue version of Emry over Stirrings? I think Stirrings would be way better than Emry. One amazing thing about this deck is you're very resilient to creature removal. If they kill your Coretapper, you just put your counters on something. Emry is very slow. It's very fragile. You have to untap with it. Stirrings lets you keep 1 land hands also, which is huge. You could try it, though, if you think I'm wrong, but that's my take. I'm just going to bring in a jar over a key. We are on the draw, so I'll keep the caverns in. Oh, I also switched... we have 1 Blaststone main, 1 Blaststone side now. I think you do really want a land on the sideboard for games you're on the play when you cut a caverns. Could maybe be an artifact land too for Karn, but I guess you probably never get that anyways. Okay, so I usually don't mind 1 land hands with a Chalice effect and a Surge node, because then even if you're too slow, you could just put a counter on your Chalice and you'll be fine the following turn. This hand doesn't have a payoff, but it just has so much mana. It just has so much mana that I think I'm supposed to keep this. Fuck. Okay, people have been chalicing me, and it's been good. We can just spend 3 mana on an Astral Cornucopia. Chalice of the Void, I think, always gets countered by... Or Everflowing Chalice always gets countered by Chalice of the Void, but you could also Urza Saga to put a Chalice into play. So now we decide between... I think I'm going to... I should have Stirrings first. I should have Stirrings first to try to find Saga. Yeah, but here I think I just want to find a land. I found a land. I can cast the Cornucopia. What my thoughts on Ross Merriam's Jeskai Breach deck? I don't think I look super duper close to the list, but it also, like, on a cursory glance, just kind of looked like a relatively stock list. I think that the Breach decks are good. Okay, exile Teferi, but they can't play Teferi. So let's go Cornucopia on 1, and then I think I'm going to try to Surge node the Cornucopia instead of playing the Stirrings. Key? Oh yeah, sorry, I should have played the key. On the stack is an Everflowing Chalice, so we put mana onto it. No, I don't think so. I think it's still a 0 mana spell, just like with this multi-kicker, Why I put a play Chalice on 0? Just this is this is game 2. They saw that I'm playing this stuff on 0. Chalice is really only good on the play, though, for what it's worth. Oh, Coretapper their Chalice. Wait, oh, hold on. Can I can Surge node their Chalice, too. Okay, we'll just hold up the mana, then. I forgot. Okay, we're learning. You can Surge node the Chalice. Dude, Chalice sucks against us. Although, I don't really want to put it on 1 right here, because I have, like, 4 1-drops, or 3 1-drops in my hand. Castle Vantress. Put a charge counter here. Hopefully this doesn't get killed in response. Otawara, okay. Shoot. Put the Chalice on 3 and they can't combo. That might be a good use of my turn this turn. Just Coretapper, Surge node, put the Chalice on 3. Oh, but if I put Chalice on 3... Okay, hold on. I can go... Maybe try to Stirrings for a land. Maybe try Stirrings for a land first. Saga's awesome. Could also have tried to blast him at 0. Okay, but so I can go. Yeah, I think just going this turn, Coretapper, counters on the Chalice, Surge node the Chalice, Everflowing Chalice on 0, Cornucopia on 0, pass. This is gonna be fine. They'll bounce down Chalice. Yeah, that's gonna take 2 turns, though. Well, time spreading seas. Nihiri. Okay, they can exile my Surge Node if they want to. I think that's fine, though. Maybe not super fine. Okay, so Manifold Key, untap. I can play one of my 4-drops here. So I think I'm just gonna go play Karn. Oh wait, hold on, what? Oh, sorry, I forgot that the keys are... I forgot that the keys are mana neutral when the chalice is on 2. For whatever reason I thought it was... When you play the key from hand, never mind, sorry, I thought it was +1 mana. Barf, thank you for 6 months, appreciate ya. So, okay, bounce my Everflowing Chalice, dang it. And Kataki, dude, so much hate. I think we just maybe go to the next game. Yeah, let's just go to game 3. Obviously, you could have played the game better too, but it's also tough when you play against, like, Jeskai, Saheeli, a matchup you've never played before, not know exactly what you need to play around, and also still figuring out the sequencing, of course, but I think I figured out a bit better than I did on Monday. Inventors Fair can be a payoff in this deck, so I think I'm totally okay to keep this hand, and I'm definitely going to play my 0 drops on turn 1 to play around a Chalice. Back. Cavern versus Blast Zone. Oh, sorry. I should have brought the Blast Zone on the play. I think that's the first time I've messed that up. But and then I think I'm supposed, especially with the Welding Jar, I think I'm not supposed to just sack the Coretapper right now. Could be kind of close. Spreading Seas on the Inventors Fair. Okay, thankfully I drew another payoff. Okay, so this may just be a mana generating kind of turn. Oh. Okay. I mean, this is obviously like why Coretapper is so sick. You just could, you know, they're just 2-for-1ing themselves. Okay, so this key is mana neutral, so we'll play the key. And this one is +1 mana effectively. And so we'll play Karn here, and just pressing on the Chalice seems fine. Is there anything else I'd like to do here? I could just get a coating too. I could just get a coating, but I probably want to get a Mystic Forge for the following turn, so just pressing on this is fine. They probably don't have too many answers to the Karn. Shut off Teferi. Yeah, I guess needling Teferi so they can't bounce my Everflowing Chalice is maybe better. This is obviously scary too. Can I go for Paradox Engine? Let's see, so I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, so not enough to Paradox Engine and play another spell. Torpor Orb. Orb seems decent. Emrakul on the sideboard for the Bill matchup. That matchup's really hard without it. Could also get Coating. Coating Substance for playing a Guardian this turn. I think I'll get the Orb. Orb is kind of bad against Solitude, though, because they can just Solitude end of turn here. I think lots of fine lines. Then we just kill the man with Coating. So you have to, Oh, okay, this is actually interesting. We could have gotten Coating, and we could have gone Coating. Yeah, you're right. We could have gone Coating, and then just, like, untap the Coating with the keys and make all their lands artifacts in their upkeep. That's maybe the better line here. I think we actually just do that this turn. I haven't taken this slide yet. This is actually sick. What the hell? Has anybody in the history of Modern ever done this? What the hell? This is crazy. This is so sick. What the hell? Just another key for the lock. Yeah, so 3 mana, 3 keys. to tap 3 of their lands on their upkeep here. Canister, thank you for the raid. You've kind of tuned in at an amazing time. We have figured out a new combo in this deck with keys plus Karn plus Coating. You just get to tap all of your opponent, or turn all your opponent's lands into artifacts on their upkeep. We're playing this this charge counter combo deck with 8 keys. It's been pretty fun. It's been very fun so far. Stream Decker does not work. That sounds like Stream Decker, yeah. That sounds like Stream Decker. Oops. So it may be a good time to go for... Maybe a good time to go for Paradox Engine. I can go... I have, let's see, I still have... Each of the keys basically tap for 1, so 5, 6, 7... The Paradox Engine is basically free to play, so I think I'll grab it. I mean, it costs me killing one of my opponent's lands. Yeah, I agree. This deck, every time I play the deck, I feel like I learn, something new. It's very complicated, but fun. Okay, so the Scepter is going to generate 2 mana for me. Assuming I tap correctly. And so I have 5, 7, 9 mana. Probably fine to play the Karn here. Not sure what I'm getting with Karn. Maybe Mystic Forge. Yeah, Forge seems like the line for sure. Oh, they have something. Dress down. Okay, that probably should not have been boarded in. Just strip mine. I can only kill 1 land a turn, so I feel like I'd rather just, I'm almost definitely going to be able to combo off and win this turn. Okay, want to know? This deck it's been really sick. I feel like it's very interesting. I know it kind of looks like a goofy pile. It is maybe like the most complicated deck I've ever brewed. There's a lot of moving pieces and figuring out together. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's had a lot of growth. Just like being in on like 7 main deck keys in Modern feels like such a leap to take, but I'm just basically never going back. We keep this if this was a green source, I think. I think we have to mulligan. Okay, then easy keep this hand. Oh, meant to put back the forest there. So is this deck just loses Stony Silence? I mean, you have Blast Zone in the deck, but yes, you fucking lose to Stony Silence. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've been sequencing like this, where I will play the Saga on turn 1, and then go Surge Node, and then turn 2, Surge Node the Cornucopia, play Power Conduit, and then we've assembled Power Conduit Urza Saga, which is, like I've been saying, like kind of the best thing to be doing in the deck. Yeah, I think it's the best thing to be doing in the deck, where you just get to rip that 3rd counter off the Saga on turn 3, keep your Saga in play, and just get a new 1 or 0 mana artifact into play every single turn, which makes it very hard for your opponents to keep up with you, and it also helps you keep your infinite turns going a lot of the time. Okay, so my opponent is maybe playing Grixis Shadow, maybe not playing Grixis Shadow. Oh, okay, Combo Mirror. Combo Mirror. Are we going to be fast enough? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I think we'll just prioritize putting 2 mana on the Cornucopia this turn. We've got a solid chance to win next turn. Maybe going to be too slow. Joy Monger, thank you 10 months, appreciate you. Untap Wishclaw, use 3rd counter. Okay, Voltaic Key plus Wishclaw is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's probably, maybe a little bit more, but the synergy with the keys is undeniable, huh? Does it cost a mana? It does cost a mana. I played 4 leagues with the Summer Weekend, just kept getting better every time. Yeah, that's been my experience too. It's kind of hard to describe it, but like the more you play it, the more your brain expands, and the deck has been a treat. Possibly dead here though this turn. I don't think I could do anything interesting with Power Conduit. No. Which was called on Sorcery Speed. It is Sorcery. Oh, is it? No, only on your turn, which is different than Sorcery Speed. Yeah, so they should just get Underworld Breach here and win. Oh, they're giving me a Wish Call Talisman if they somehow fizzle is cool. I mean, if they do go for Breach... Okay, so they go Wish, Wish for Breach, and then they're going to untap their mana, and then Wish for Tome Scour and win. And they should have plenty, right? Or are they a little short? I don't think they're short. Wait. They might be one short. Wish. Oh, so they wish now, and then they exile the wish. They exile the wish to the twiddle. And then they Tome Scour and win. I think of the 22 months, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly enough. Yeah. Cool. Alright, I'll pack it in. So I haven't played like a spell-based combo matchup like this. Definitely going to bring in the Blast Zone for the 3rd Caverns on the play. I'm going to bring in the Needle for Talisman. It's kind of narrow. I'm probably going to keep the Chalice in the sideboard to tutor with Karn. I wonder if maybe on the play I'm supposed to... Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to just be as fast as possible. The Stream Decker was supposed to reset. It should be. I've been known to make mistakes, though. Yeah, Needle could be in the board for Karn, too. Probably not a great matchup. They probably just, you know, out-goldfish me a little bit. Is there a scenario where Manifold Key is not simply a better version of Voltaic Key? I mean, just Pithing Needle, I guess. I mean, they're the same thing, but this has an extra ability, so not really, no. Bringing Crypt to pull off Saga. That actually does seem worth it, yeah. I usually cut a key. I could see maybe cutting. Let's actually experiment kind of just cutting the 2nd Caverns on the play. Just see how that feels. Oh wait, hold on. But I did not bring in. Why is this key? Oh, this is the Karn key. Never mind. The Karn key. Would Chalice would be okay? I mean, I have 16 1-mana spells. I know that they're pretty weak to it as well, but I think I'd rather just Karn for Chalice too. I can. It's like not that hard for me to just get 6 mana by turn 3 and Karn for Chalice, right? I think just like for just one on the sideboard. They get tickets for Vegas Bond yet? I'm not 100% that I'm going, but I'm probably gonna go. I know the tickets are filling up though. It's very expensive. This hand does not have a 2nd land and doesn't have a Chalice effect, so I think we just mulligan. This hand is so slow as well. I think we have to mulligan as well. Okay, so Saga can find us our Chalice on turn 3. Let's keep this. Let's put back Ancient Stirrings and probably just the Surge node, so I can go turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Power Conduit, turn 3 get a Chalice, play Coretapper, counters on the Chalice. It's a little slow. I think it's our best line though. If we can draw a Chalice effect, if we can draw like Everflowing Chalice or Cornucopia, then this hand gets really, really good because I can go turn 2, turn 2, Coretapper counters into Power Conduit, and then like even just cast the card in the following turn. This Chalice costs 0/1/0. 0. Thrilling, thank you for the 11 months, appreciate you. Saga doesn't find Chalice. It finds Everflowing Chalice. I know this has been a somewhat common comment so far. Saga doesn't find Chalice. It finds I know people are used to it not finding Everflowing Chalice, but it does find this one. Oh, you know what? I think I actually, yeah, let's actually let this go. Let this Saga go. So I can go find Everflowing Chalice. And then remove a counter from this Saga. Put it on the Everflowing Chalice. Play Coretapper counters. Then I can Karn and turn off the Wishclaw Talisman, which is, of course, like, really important here. I think my OBS might be a little shifted. How's that? How's that? Thank you. Okay, so now what? Is there any 0-mana interaction I can get? Not really, because I boarded out. I boarded in the Tormod script. You can remove the third counter Saga with sacrifice, you still search. I know you can do that, and I said when I took this line that I didn't do that in order to cast the card this turn. If I take the third counter off the Saga that's dying this turn, I don't get to cast card and turn off my talisman, and I'm very likely to die. I think I might just get Paradox Engine here. Or no, let's just get Forge, and then we can get Paradox Engine next turn. If we want to do that, but if we take the counter off the Saga this turn, we can't put the charge counter on our Everflowing Chalice. We're gonna be 1 mana short of casting Karn. Yeah, so we'll get the Forge this turn. Is there an old border version of Mystic Forge, by the way, on Magic Online? I meant to look this morning. Okay, you love when they upkeep otherworldly gaze on turn 3. Okay, there's not. I don't know if it exists at all, but it'd be a really good old border card. Okay, so Saga tips up 1. Manifold Key is a really good draw. Very likely to be able to combo this turn. This deck feels like it'd be so hard to pile on paper. I don't know that it would be. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the fact that you have to keep track of like your own mana specifically is probably a nightmare. Is this deck KCI power level? I mean, almost definitely not. Although it is true, like, if KCI was in the format right now, it would like not be nearly as oppressive as it was when it was around, because you wouldn't have cards like you didn't have cards like Force of Vigor or Force of Negation in the format. You know what I mean? Like those two cards specifically have been like most of my losses. But I think it would be very arrogant to be like, yeah, this is the new KCI. Okay, so we'll go charge counters, Paradox Engine, Manifold Key, untap everything. 6 mana for, oh, I guess I should untap here. Yeah, I think I might as well power surge here. I don't think I'm very likely to be like doing the Urza Saga loop this game. Okay, top card is Karn. It's pretty good. Alright, and they just concede. Awesome. Alright, so let me get these Gemstone Caverns back in on the draw. I think I'll just get the Crypt back out of here, I guess. I could maybe see myself cutting the Expedition map in this matchup. Like, having map is really important so that when you have tons and tons of mana, you can get Inventors Fair and then combo off. But that seems like a bit slow in this matchup, so I feel like that's a good cut. 19 lands? I think 19 lands post-board is fine. We have 18 main, and then we have a Blasted on the side, so on the play we can cut a Gemstone Caverns, but it may be fun to build a deck like this, too. I would probably keep this hand if I had either a second land or a Chalice in my hand, but I don't. Oh, this hand's probably a little too slow in this matchup, but I don't know that I can mulligan to 5. This is like, I think, almost like textbook keep. I've been considered to run Ancestral Statue combo in the sideboard. I don't know how necessary it is to play Ancestral Statue in this deck, but you could, I guess. Ice Bridge over hub seems like that's essentially the past. Well, this has a counter on it that you can move with Power Conduit. It's not, you know, it's not any deeper than that. This one just, yeah, this one has synergy, the other one doesn't. Is the take here Surge Node? I don't know what the take is. I think I was most concerned with them taking the Chalice, to be honest. Kind of depends on what their hand is. The statue combo is Paradox Engine plus, like, you know, artifact lands, and Ancestral Statue just bouncing itself to untap everything a million times. But with, like, Mystic Forge, like, the thing what's cool about this deck is when you have Mystic Forge and a lot of keys in play, which you do because you play so many keys, when you're going off with Paradox Engine, you're able to just untap your Mystic Forge whenever you until you find another spell to untap all your keys and untap your Mystic Forge again. So it's not really that it's pretty difficult to fizzle. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. This is also something I was like. I think you want to play Urza Saga on turn 1 most of the time, which is, I agree with Simon. Any deck that's trying to play Saga on turn 1 is not doing fair things. Spine of Isha. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to play Spine, but maybe you are. Is Ice Bridge not a... No, it's not a... It probably should be a Snowland, but maybe just this bridge is not right. Everything in between the bridge is a Snowland. Okay, so we'll go counter on the Chalice. And we can... So a key nets us +1 mana this turn. But I think we're going to be a little too slow to give it any meaningful disruption. There's a counter on the Chalice. 2, untap. Karn. I guess we can get that Tormod Crypt. Anything else more relevant than Tormod Crypt here? Not really. Not really. Yeah, it might buy a turn, which is maybe also all we really care about. Any flex spots in the sideboard, a second Crypt would be nice, so you can Saga and Karn. I mean, I don't know, it's still like a newish list. I think that, you know, the second Blast Zone in the sideboard is maybe a flex spot, although it's a flex spot that I like. I don't think I'm supposed to Crypt them here, just let them needle the Karn. So I do have Blast Zone to kill this, but it also, like, kills my 1-drops, obviously. Capture the stream slightly off. Someone told me it was earlier off and I moved it, but I think maybe it was actually just fine. I don't know. Maybe it is. It does look weird. It does look weird. Okay, hold on. I don't know. Okay, let me move the taskbar. Yeah, this should fix it. Hold on. Making it worse, I think. Okay, they do name Karn. So now we don't have a payoff. The needling Karn is also just going to make things a lot harder for me, but hopefully we can stirrings into like a Mystic Forge or a Scepter. Scepter's kind of slow here though. We only have like a Surge Node with 4 counters on it too. Everyone's playing Lotus Field combo. Yeah, this fix the display. Does it look fine now? Make Moto chat wider. Sure. Okay, I did find Mystic Forge, which was definitely the best hit here. So counter on the Chalice. Untap the Chalice. Still look off at the top. Not a big deal. Okay, we'll keep messing with it. I think I'm gonna keep the Scepter on top. Scepter's... Oh, they just conceded. I don't know why they conceded there. Close hand, close hand. Hold on, let me get this fixed real quick. Okay, I think this has to be a mulligan. Very close hand, though. Very close hand. Okay, go to 5. Now I've got to fix the chat box. Okay, no lands, 2 hands in a row. Feels bad. We're on a Mold of 4.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
I don't know, guys. I think I'll put back the Power Conduit, I guess, and just like go for a turn 3 Karn off the Chalice, the fairway. We consider black over green for things like Profane Tutor and more importantly Bolas the Citadel. I mean, you could play a Bolas the Citadel and just cast it off Astral Cornucopia sometimes, but you don't need Bolas the Citadel when you have Mystic Forge, I think. I don't know. People, I think, are getting a little lost in the sauce with the like amount of suggestions that are like cut the Ancient Stirrings for like a worse card. This has been. This suggestion has been by far the most common. Cut Ancient Stirrings for Imri or Profane Tutor, or just like insert your preferred worst card here, you know? Ancient Stirrings, I think, is easily better than Profane Tutor, easily better than Imri, easily better than Thrumming Bird, or, you know, any card that you could pick. There's not a better option, I think. Looks like for Kyoto, should I play more man lands? Okay, hold on. Let me figure out what my opponent's doing here. This may be an Urza Saga token game. I think we'll just pass into not play into the 2 open mana. Dimir, Improvise, and Pioneer. Should I play more man lands? I think almost definitely not. You have 4 utility lands as is, and this is a deck that I don't think cares that much about the man lands. You could play 1, but I think that the mana base looks totally fine to me as is. So I'm gonna get a Surge Node here. Yeah, I think we'll play this a little bit slower. Just make another Saga token. My opponent is playing all islands and Ledger Shredder so far, which has me a little thrown off, to be honest. Going into modern SCG speaking, I'm debating before Columbus America with my thoughts. Volpert, think of the 16 months. I think for like an SCG open metagame, Omnath is probably better because people just like love their fair decks at those tournaments. Well, this actually I think looks pretty sweet overall, I'll say. I would be interested in maybe playing like 4th Moonsnare somewhere in the list. I don't know that maybe over the Shadow Spear. I feel like the Shadow Spear without Urza Saga tutored up is not like super main deckable. You can maybe consider sideboarding it for aggro matchups. These Narsets also might not be where you want to be. I could see maybe just playing 4 Karn Sign of Urza, 0 Narsets, and you have 1 flex spot, which could maybe just be the Shadow Spear again, maybe something else. But I don't know that these Narsets are really doing that much for you. They could maybe be a sideboard card for like the Izzet matchups. Parasitic Grasp is very cool tech. This actually seems great against mono red. I've never seen this card before, but it looks like actually very good tech and Pioneer for the burn matchups. There may be something better that's artifact specific, like the first Shadow Spear or something, but I think it looks really cool. I'd also maybe be interested in like 3rd Extinction Event in the sideboard. That seems like maybe your best tech against mono green. So you can maybe swap like the numbers on like Event and Grasp, especially because it doesn't look like your aggro matchups are that inherently bad necessarily. But very cool list overall. Karn is pretty slow, whereas Narset hoses some deck. Randomly hosing decks is like, oh dude, come on. Hosing decks is like, in my opinion, way less relevant in a deck like this that is... okay, so they are Murktide, they just drew all their islands. What a weird game. I bowled a 4, they have a main deck dress down against my Urza Saga, and they just have no red sources. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, randomly hosing and having a generically fair card again is a lot less relevant in a deck like this that is, you know, a very synergy-based deck. Narset doesn't make a lot of sense to me in, like, the artifact deck. What a weird game. Okay, I think I basically am forced to jam the Karn this turn. Retain priority, thank you for the 25 months, appreciate you. Welcome back. Do Do you need the caverns, or can you place them and make the deck cheaper? Yeah, you can cut the caverns for budget reasons. I would play just Blast Zone probably in those spots. I think that the caverns are really, really important, like for powering up the deck. Like this is like the best Gemstone Cavern deck in Modern, probably, maybe even better than Rhino, or I should say Gemstone Caverns. I think is probably better in this deck than it is in Rhinos, especially where you could like remove the luck counter for value. Is just not really that important, but very cool. Priority, think of 25 months, and a deck tech for $5. Okay. Thank you, I did miss that. Okay, so we drew a Scepter. Okay, I have enough mana to pay for the Spell Pierce and make a Saga token, so we'll just do that. And the Saga doesn't die to Lightning Bolt, which is nice. This is a mold of 4, this is pretty cool. So putting Ragavan and Channeler in a Electro Dominance Finale deck is very interesting. I don't know why you're trying to play Finale and Electro Dominance. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the 0-drops at first. What is going on here? Okay, I mean, there's obviously some cool stuff going on here. Let me just try to figure this out. Like, I don't understand the Wheel of Fates and Burning Inquiries in this list. You're not playing Hollow One, you have no way to generate mana, so it's not like you can even loop your Wheel of Fates on the turns where you have Underworld Breach, Wheel of Fate, Finale, Ideas in Battle, Electro Dominance. I don't know why you want to play Wheel of Fate over Ancestral Visions in this deck. And I don't know why you want Burning Inquiry at all. As like, it looks like it's just a graveyard filler, which I don't think is playable. I think that, at least not in a deck like this. Like, I would be interested in just playing, like, Ancestral Visions over Wheel of Fate, and playing 4 Consider over like the Street Wraith, and like Street Wraith also makes no sense to me in this list, but the Street Wraiths over those, like not playing Ideas Inbound, getting some amount of counter magic into the main deck. So like, I guess something like no Street Wraith, no Wheel of Fate, no Burning Inquiry. So sorry, 4 Visions over 4 Wheel of Fate, no Street Wraith, and no Ideas Inbound, and play instead of those cards just Counterspell. And play Consider over Underworld Breach and Burning Inquiry, and then play the 4th Ragavan over the 4th Murktide Regent, and then I think your deck is like just so much cleaner. You also don't want to be playing 2 mountains in your Murktide deck, and I think you should be playing one island, 1 mountain probably, because you have double red and double blue. Definitely kind of a small thing, but that would be a suggestion I have as well. Sideboard seems largely fine. Don't have, like, I think too many comments on that. Okay, complicated turn here. I think I'm wanting to get another Surge node, and so I can start putting the counters on the Scepter. So make a token, get another Surge node. Multi-kicker this on 2. Which just resolves very quickly. And pass. I may just spend 4 mana to put a counter on the Scepter so I can keep my counters on the Surge node. Although that means I can't take 2 turns in a row if I do that. So maybe taking 2 turns in a row is more important. Dude, winning this game against Murktide on the Mold floor would be so sweet. And getting my like first Saga dress down too. How is this stronger? The food deck turns, are they not comparable? I mean, I think they're comparable. Every deck is comparable. The big differences here is like this is like very much an all-in combo deck, right? This is a deck that has very few plan Bs outside of like beating down with Urza Saga because you got Stony Silenced or Karn, right? And so like it's gonna play really differently. Like it's just gonna be a completely different archetype. But food has like, you know, a very cohesive and robust plan B in general. Wasn't there a combo deck with Ulta Fairy and some kind of Scepter that just exiled your spells? It's not ringing a bell. Oh, yeah, Teferi, then Isochron Scepter plus Silence, so your opponent actually, yeah, they don't have the... any time to react. Okay, so again, I can spend 4 mana to activate Scepter, which will preserve counters on my Surge nodes, which does feel important, but then I can't go counter, counter this turn, counter, counter next turn, just take 2 turns in a row, and I think that that's going to be more of my priority here. Lots of good top decks too. And we're gaining some life. Well, I guess we can Inventors Fair this turn if we want to. Start off with the Stirrings. Probably have to get through some counter spells. Another Surge Node seems so good. Manifold Key also seems really good. I think I'll just take the Surge Node for now. Don't know if my opponent will counter this or not. I also don't know, like, so I'm getting this construct up to 7 power. I'm probably not supposed to attack with it. I don't know, maybe I should. Could play Reverse Engineer over a couple Narcissists. Yeah, I think that's a good suggestion for that deck. I like that. What do you think is stronger in the current modern metagame? Reckless, Mid-Ranger, Scam, Sacrifice? I think Scam is pretty good. I just saw Dingo. Dingo just got second at the challenge with it, and I've been liking the Sacrifice decks when I've been playing them, both like the mid-range versions that you're used to, and I've also been liking the Sacrifice version that I've been, playing. Okay, so let's go charge counter here. Take a turn. And then why don't we also Inventors Fair for another Surge node, the last Surge node. Play Surge node. Put a counter on the Scepter. Maybe a key was better because I get to like untap the Scepter, put a counter on it, but we also have so many keys left in the deck, which we just immediately find one. So here we can go key, 4 mana counter on Scepter, untap Scepter, Surge node here. I think I'll go ahead and put one more counter. Don't think I need to do any more than just one right now though. Was getting Coretapper an option? I don't know. It's just 2 counters immediately as opposed to like 6 counters over the... I guess Coretapper take a turn. Yeah, maybe Coretapper was better. Mystic Forge is great here though. I'm gonna deck them with the Connives. Karn on top. So I can use my key to untap my Chalice and still be able to take turns after this. I think we're gonna win. Yeah, let's just take a turn. And then grab Paradox Engine. Seems like just like kind of a good default thing to get. We'll win next turn with Ballista. Or this turn with Ballista, rather. I guess I should Forge first. Power Conduit. Okay, so go tap, tap. I wish I could organize my artifacts to put all my artifacts that tap for mana out in the same area. Let's actually make a bunch more mana with the Surge nodes here. Probably I should have done this first. And again, what's cool is it's very hard to fizzle in this deck with where you can just untap your Mystic Forge while you're untapping all your permanents. Okay. We won that Mold of 4. We won a Mold of 4 against Murktide, where my opponent dressed down my first 2 Urza Saga tokens too. Crazy. Although their hand was also really weird. May not be sideboarding. Maybe should bring in the Welding Jar. I don't have that much artifact destruction, though, if any at all. Could bring in Needle for Hearse. No, I don't know. Sorry, I don't care about Hearse at all. Never mind. I'm just going to click Submit. Could bring in Needle for Explosives. Is this Aspiring Spike original? Yeah, I mean, I'm not the first person to ever play Scepter. I'm not the first person to ever play Power Conduit Saga, but I think I'm probably the first person to ever play... maybe not, I don't know. Like, the keys, I built this deck. I didn't really use, like, any outside resources besides, like the Power Conduit Saga synergy was, like, put in my mind because of the Magic AIDS video with the food deck, and I spent a lot of time putting it together, yeah. Is Emrakul for mill? Yeah, Emrakul's for mill. I think you could actually theoretically bring in Emrakul against this matchup exactly, where I think, in my experience in this matchup, a lot of times you have a lot of mana and they're just sitting back on your counter spells and you can't get anything going, which is bad. But I don't know that you're supposed to do that. But it's a consideration for sure. The Cornucopia is a really good draw because now I can move the... Yeah, next turn I can go Tendo Ice Bridge, Power Conduit the Ice Bridge counter onto the Cornucopia, then the following turn start Power Conduit, Saga looping if this resolves. With Karn's Bash should be win more. I think it'll be a little slow. Again, like, there's infinite utility colorless lands you could play. I think I would play any number of Blast Zone before any number of Karn's Bastion in this deck, but I'm viewing Gemstone Caverns to be the best colorless utility land of the deck. And then the Tendo Ice Bridge. Thought about Southern Titan board. I think Southern Titan plays like too fair of a game plan. You know what I mean? Because we're like Southern Titan's like mostly just good against 4-color, and then like situationally good against Titan if they have Dryad in play. But there's, I think in those situations you're almost always just going to try to combo off instead, or maybe find something to disrupt Titan. Okay, I would have liked that Mystic Forge. Yeah, I think my opponent almost definitely should have cast the Ragavan instead of dashing, but people just... Especially because my deck has like almost no cards that they even care about putting into play. But people love to dash Ragavan when they aren't supposed to. Okay, so Ice Bridge. Dude, removing counter from Ice Bridge has just been awesome too. It's not like a huge thing, but it is very cool. Okay, so I think we're supposed to take the Scepter here because we have our engine together. We don't really have a payoff at the moment. Hopefully we're not getting Blood Mooned. Remembering we're about running out of brews. Yeah, I've definitely been on a very big hot streak with the brews lately. I'm feeling good. Obviously, you know, it's possible to die at any time, but we're going to get some new cards soon. I'm feeling good. Definitely just very anxious to be a streamer focused around brewing and trying new things and have a 6-month break between new cards, but we've been killing it. It's been good. Tony, 20 months, thank you. Yeah, I think only 5 new decks left in Modern, though. Okay, now they cast the Ragavan instead of dashing. What are you getting, 4-color Rec? I played 4-color Rec once or twice. That was one of those... I mean, yeah, Temur Rec splashing white or black is also... could be something I maybe try. I need to try, rather than like the full 4-color version, which we tried before. Okay, so keep our Saga around, put a counter on the Cornucopia. I almost always just get a key in this spot. It's maybe better to get a Surge Node, though, with another key in my hand. I think this is fine. We're actually very... We might be able to combo this turn. So we have 5 mana. I think we're 1 short. Or 1 charge counter short. Because I can go Scepter, Key, untap Power Conduit, put 2 counters on the Scepter. But 2 counters is 1 counter too few. So let's go untap the Cornucopia. I definitely need to cast the the Scepter, just get it resolved. And then I think I'll just prioritize making an Urza Saga token this turn and just trying to combo off next turn. There's not too much they can really have even. Because I can pay for Spell Pierce on the Scepter. Yeah, sorry, I've been fixing the stream overlay. For whatever reason, it was kind of broken on the other view, and I just, like, was going off my channel Fireball scene. I'll fix it, hold on. Yeah, this is one of those turns where I don't feel like I sequence perfect evenly. Just always... always something to learn with this deck. Infinite turns. I thought I was one charge counter short of infinite turns this turn. I think non-blue Reclamation has to play Red and 6. I think if you're going to play Wilderness Reclamation in Modern, you should play 4 Red and 6. Is my current take. Richard watched a rec video from 6 months ago where you said you really like how ending is designed. Do you think Unholy Heat is a well-designed Magic card as well? No, I think that to be honest, my guess is that they didn't realize that Unholy Heat was going to be a Modern staple. I don't think that they realized that like the package of like Dragon Rage's Channeler Bauble was going to be like such a powerful package and like so easy to turn on Unholy Heat is kind of my guess, is that one was an oversight. I think that Unholy Heat should probably deal 4 or 5 damage when Delirium is turned on, but I will also say like being able to kill Planeswalkers more easily is also not a bad thing. You know what I mean? For a long time, there was just like not very good or premium artifact interaction, and now we have some. So it's not a card I hate, but it is a card that I think is a little too efficient. What deck won the RCQ Saturday? I don't know. I know that one Hammer Time was in the finals. I'd left after I lost. I top-aided my RCQ this weekend, by the way, chat, but did not get there. Okay, so Explosives on 0 kills my Construct token and my Cornucopia. Yawgmoth won. Congrats to them. I played it. So, but yeah, my match. I played the Bant Soul Herder deck. My matchups were Yawgmoth, which I won, into Goblins, which I won, and then I was 2-0, and guess what I played against at 2-0? I played against Soul Flayer, and I played against Yawgmoth again, and then my 5th round opponent was Rhinos, and I double drew into top 8. So I've started off my last 3 RCQs 5-0, but I haven't, qualified yet. Oh wait, I meant to put the counter on the Scepter. I guess what did I put the counter on? Hold on, what happened? Why didn't the explosives kill the Cornucopia? What happened? Oh, they explosives on 1. Okay, this is good because I just win. I just win now. Okay. Why are you guys saying punt? I just win. My opponent's the one that punted. Okay, I punted too. But... they were definitely not supposed to do it like this. Listen, chat, it was my opponent that was the punter. They were definitely supposed to chalice on explosives on 0. Don't disrespect Goblins. Yeah, Goblins is good. I broke the trophy record with Goblins. I like Goblins a lot. I should have put the counter on the Scepter. I don't know. Or I thought I did put the counter on the Scepter. Okay, this hand is way too slow. Too many lands. Get a mulligan. Keepable hand. You just put back the chalice. Yeah, well, I started drinking wine in between figuring out Restoration didn't work. That wasn't as good as I thought it was, and looking at every single charge counter. I guess that's when I started to drink the wine. Oh, sorry, I should have played the Surge Node instead. Hopefully don't get discard spelled. Murktide again. Ooh, there's a monkey. It's gonna have a lot of mana. Kinda need like one more, like a Coretapper or Surge Node. How much research was a conjunction for Magna EDH? I have like I've recently like reread every single artifact in Magic. I think in combination for this deck and the Magna EDH deck I'm working on. I think I've actually read every single artifact in Magic in the last week or two. How to beat Yogg twice the RCQ. The matchup seems unwinnable. I had like Solitude Ephemerate a bunch. Okay, that's a really good draw. Unwinnable seems like a little bit of an exaggeration. Hyperbole. What's my toughest matchup last weekend? Probably the Yawgmoth matchups that I did beat twice. Actually, I didn't tell this, but like I lost game one. The second time I played Yawgmoth, I lost game one. I was really behind. I was in a situation where my opponent had Yawgmoth, 2 Undying creatures. One of them was Giraffe's Messenger, but our life totals were, I was like 1 life point ahead, so he couldn't go for the Giraffe's Messenger loop and to just kill me. But I was I had like no board. I bricked on my collected company, 2 collected companies, or sorry, 2 collected companies that match. Not both the same turn. I'm gonna, I think, just pass here. I may end up going for Blast Zone, even though it makes me lose 3 permanents. We'll see. Probably not actually. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought again. So I had like nothing going on. My opponent had 7 cards in hand. Draw Messenger, Undying Creature. Can't quite go for the loop. But I ended up drawing like Eternal Witness into Eternal Witness for Time Warp, into Solitude, into, I think, Endurance, into Solitude, into like Coco, into Witness, into Coco. It was crazy. It was unreal how I had like 5 super relevant top decks in a row. My opponent made some very small mistakes to not kill me. Probably could have killed me. And it was just sick. But then I win that game 2 in a crazy fashion, and I go to game 3 with 6 minutes on the clock. 6 minutes on the clock. My opponent they go turn 1 Young Wolf, turn 2 Wall of Roots, turn 3 Yawgmoth, and I have Ephemerate in my hand. I don't have Solitude. I respond. I cast Ice Fang, draw Solitude, Ephemerate both of the creatures, leaving just Yawgmoth in play. Rebound Ephemerate Solitude, and then I win the match with just like 1 minute on the clock. It was awesome. And then my top 8 match was Hammer Time. I was on the play. I was feeling really good, but I figured out a dynamic of the Hammer Time versus Soul Herder matchup that I had not figured out before. Was that Ginger Brute is really annoying because you're wanting to block their creatures all the time and buy time to assemble Soul Herder plus Solitude Ephemerate, Deputy of Detention Soul Herder, and the fact that you like can't block the Soul Herder, you have to use your resources to kill it immediately, is a problem. So they're main phasing Lightning Bolt so that they can Murktide this turn, I think. No, okay, I don't know why they did that then. Cade says he drew very fortunately. It wasn't Cade that I lost to. Didn't Cade? I thought Cade lost in the finals also. Okay, this is bad that this is just going to get countered, but I think this is kind of the dynamic of the matchup sometimes. If they have Ragavan, you just have to jam into the counter spell, unfortunately. And if they have it, you hope to top deck another payoff. One nice thing about this deck is you can top deck Karn, you can top deck Scepter, you can top deck Mystic Forge, you can top deck Stirrans, you can top deck Map for Mystic Forge, or sorry, Inventors Fair. They also might not counter this. They might not realize that this is good. Why aren't I nuking their treasures first? Oh, no, if I kill the treasures, I kill my own Astral Cornucopia, which is like, my deck just falls apart if I do that here. I'm just gonna put a bunch of counters on the Cornucopia and pass here. Oh, sorry, I messed up. I was supposed to untap the Power Conduit, so I could have 7 counters here. Shouldn't matter that much though. Yeah, incoming Archmage's Charm. Yeah, game actions the deck. Dalton, 38 months. Can we play Minecraft or Fortnite today? Your choice. Oh, we actually are going to have variety content this week, by the way. I'm doing a sponsored Storybook Brawl stream at the end of Thursday's stream this week, by the way. First sponsored content stream ever, I think. They've done like shoutouts and stuff in the past, but this will be the first like, a real one or whatever. And then I also told Esther that if HelloFresh ever reached out to us, that I would do a HelloFresh stream, and they did reach out to us. We're gonna do a HelloFresh stream next week. What is Storybook Brawl? It was made partially by LSV. I know that I think it was a lead designer on it. I may have that wrong, but I believe that's part of the lore. I think I will bring a needle for Chalice this game. I think that's part of the lore, and it's a auto battler. It's like you basically draft a deck, and then the game's auto battle is what I've been told. I've never played it before. We're gonna be playing it for the first time on stream. LSV joined later. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly the lore with Luis, but I knew he's involved. Matt Nass was. Oh, cool. I didn't know that Raptor and Matt Nass are part of it. I've watched Luis play it a few times on stream, but I don't really know what's going on. But I watched it a little bit. So we'll see. You can play the Bazaar if they sponsor me. I don't know what the Bazaar is. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be fun. HelloFresh. So yeah, HelloFresh is. I'm not being paid for any of this yet, but. It's a service where you buy food that gets shipped to you, and so it helps you save on grocery costs and it helps you eat kind of healthy. And so for the HelloFresh, it's gonna be 2 streams. One where Esther's gonna order the box, and then Esther's gonna do the cooking too, because it's kind of her her dream to do a HelloFresh cooking stream. This hand has a ton of mana. I think I'm gonna keep. Kind of a weird hand. she said, if HelloFresh ever wants to sponsor you, you're going to let me do a cooking stream on the channel. And I said, okay. And then they almost immediately did right after that. Okay, Saga's interesting. So I was wanting to go this turn, second Ice Bridge, pull a counter off the Ice Bridge, untap, use the mana from the Cornucopia, untap the Power Conduit, put a second counter on the Cornucopia. But now I'll just keep the Saga around unless my opponent moons me. Then I'll just take the counter off the Saga too, I guess. Crocate 6 months. Thank you. Do I know if I have a preview card for Dom? I don't have one. I think they usually tell me sooner than this, and they haven't told me yet. Why not let Esther do one? Hasn't she wanting to? I guess maybe I misspoke. She is going to. She's going to do she wants to order the box and do the cooking, and so I'll be hanging out and helping her cook, and mostly doing the technical recording stuff. but she's always wanted to do a cooking stream, and so this is the perfect opportunity. Probably misspoke. Is HelloFresh cheaper than buying groceries? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I think the cost is probably somewhat comparable, but it's also true that saving the time is pretty cool. Making sure you don't buy unhealthy stuff can also be an appeal, I think. We'll see. I'll let you know when we do the when we do the stream, I guess. Should get your promo code. Yeah, we'll be doing it next week. I just wanted to give you guys the heads up. So, yeah, Storybook Brawl this week, HelloFresh next week. Just kind of dip my toes into the sponsored stuff. Be fun. Be new. So you get credit for these discussions. I mean, I will have a promo code in a week, and I'll get credit in the sense that I've already, started to sell you guys on it. We'll see. Valorant the week after, dude. You guys do not want to see me play. You do not want to see me play Valorant. You'll lose all respect as I do my best grandma impression at those games. I don't know. I feel like I'm okay at I was okay at like Apex specifically, but PUBG, CS:GO, I just not in the realm of competition. Okay, Coretapper is not too bad here. Let's make another token. Oh, sorry, I forgot that I've got the loop going. I obviously don't need to lose my Saga, so I shouldn't have done this turn. I will get Needle for engineered explosives this turn, I think, and then play Tendo Ice Bridge and just cast the Coretapper. That was awesome, Loki. Awesome. Yeah, this interaction was like what got me interested in like working on the deck in the first place. It's so powerful. It's really powerful. And then next turn we're gonna have tons and tons of mana, and we can go for Expedition Map, for Inventors Fair, for Mystic Forge or Scepter. But we also have Lethal in play. We can even Manifold Key unblockable, untap Manifold Key unblockable. Was Mindslaver never an option for a payoff? I don't think so. I think it seems like a worse payoff than our other stuff in this deck. But yeah, we'll talk more about the sponsor stuff later. Just wanted to, again, give you guys a heads up. Gotta pay for MTG Vegas somehow, I guess. Before today, if you told me Voltaic Key was a more illegal card, I'd call you a liar. Yeah, not a card that I think has ever showed up in Modern, or almost ever showed up in Modern, but I can't believe how good the keys are in the deck. The keys are unreal good in this deck. Raid Shadows will be knocking on the door. Dude, Raid Shadow Legends, I will never do a Raid Shadow Legends stream because of the amount I've trash talked them on this channel. I would feel bad. But I firmly believe that there's something fishy going on with that company, to be honest. It just the amount of money they spend on advertising, the amount of money that they offer me and bigger people it's unreal. They offer way too much. It's just like a fishy amount of money. Yeah, Zerda is legal, but you can't play Zerda in this deck because of oh, sorry, I meant to. This is fine. You can't play Zerda in this deck because of Urza Saga. How should they offer? I can't. They've spent me many offers. They've all been like way too much. I don't know the exact numbers. Mobile games make bank. Yeah, we've had this conversation a million times. Mobile games make bank. Maybe they do, but like also like mobile games are at least like Raid Shadow Legends. Like that money's coming from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it's a disgusting amount of money that's coming from somewhere, and it's coming from okay. I mean, I guess they're just dead. Yes, coming from people that are being taken advantage of, I think, to some extent. Okay, we'll get the Chalice. Counters on the Chalice. Sack here. Unblockable. Unblockable. Oh no, this is only 15. Okay, we'll deal 15. I'm not sure what the line was. Because I had to sack the Coretapper. Now my opponent's got my Astral Cornucopia. Fortunately, Modern Vegas sold out. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was the case. Might just not go. We'll see. Spoo, 6 months. Thank you. I mean, if they don't have a dress down, the tokens are going to win. They can't heat. They can't explosives because I have the needle. Yeah, just draw bolts. Yeah, I just need to have a Pirate Spellbomb to tutor for here. Well, I guess I don't have any red mana. Could Power Conduit a construct? Would that be enough? I don't. I think I needed to use the mana to make them both unblockable. I don't think I did Power Conduit a construct this turn. I don't think I had enough mana to do it twice because if I had I'd use my Voltaic Key to untap my Manifold Key. How close am I to taking infinite turns? Well, I'm missing. If I had a Scepter, I guess I'm just one Scepter away. Yeah, Tendo doesn't use charge counters, it uses ice counter, but Power Conduit can take any type of counter and turn it into a charge counter or a +1 counter. Okay, we won. Awesome. I'm going to bring in the Gemstone Caverns again on the draw. I'm going to cut one of the Blast Zones. I think I'll be at 18 lands, and then probably just cut a key on the draw. I've been kind of experimenting with cutting, going down to 17 lands in the play, just cutting the second caverns. I think it's fine. We haven't had a cavern start at all today, though, which is kind of sad. But this hand is definitely a keep. Might not be a turn 1 Urza Saga hand, though. It's close, maybe. I think I'll play a bridge on turn 1. This may be a make a Urza Saga game, especially because they play a creature on turn 1. Emrakul is for the mill matchup. Tendo used to not be with charge counters, but it is. It is charge counters? Oh my gosh. I thought for sure it was an ice counter. It is a charge counter. Okay, that's another small level. This is the most complicated deck I've ever played. It is just unreal. It is unreal. Monkey. Okay. Would love for them to counter this. Spell Pierce this. Let's go. So I could go Coretapper, counters on the Cornucopia, Everflowing Chalice on 1. Probably just better to block and sack here. Hidden stealth like a rat with infect creatures. Yeah, the infect creature rat is so funny and so sad. Could maybe try to keep the tapper in play. I think blocking and sacking is good too. It's never not been charged. Okay. Yeah, just my misremembering. Is Mill more prominent than, let's say, Burn? I'd say Burn is a little bit more prominent than Mill. Mill is popular, but I don't think the Burn matchup with this deck is bad at all. The Mill matchup is a nightmare without the Emrakul. Like, I'm 1-0 against Mill, but I won the match because of the Emrakul, and I think that I'm happy enough to have it. Happy enough to have it for now. Why isn't there a Teamer Good Stuff deck in the meta? There's a 4-color Good Stuff, so it's like Teamer splashing white for Teferi and Omnath. It's okay. Something like a mediocre deck. Okay. Ice Bridge. The node is mana neutral here, I think. Alright, so I have 6 mana, so I'm 1 short of Karn for Bridge. Karn for Ballista seems kind of good, though. I don't know. I guess they probably have a easy time getting Delirium for this. I ping the Ragavan, then they kill my Karn, which isn't ideal. You know, just Everflowing Chalice for 3, or how about Everflowing Chalice for 2, make a Saga token? That seems good. Cold to explosives, but you know, it is what it is. Well. So I'm not going to make the token into the explosives. White 2 key in the sideboard and no needle, good sir. I have a needle in the sideboard. I just boarded it in this matchup to Saga for it. Because Karn in play turns off explosives, so you don't need to like search for needle ever. This is a sideboard game. They know I have it. I don't think I ever win this dance here. We can rebuild though. We have the technology. So node counter here, then I can untap something, but then I don't have the mana to double node counter here, unfortunately. Should we just wait there? There's no reason to not make a token at end of turn. There's no reason not to. Like the only reason is my opponent might mess up, but there's like no reason that they would mess up and like let me search off Saga, and not make a token. In fact, this even worked out, I think, somewhat better for me because now I have a token in play. Just mess with their minds a little bit. Bait it for sure. Again, me making a token end of turn doesn't bait anything. It doesn't bait any. Oh, sorry, it doesn't bait. Never mind. I think you're responding to them. But it doesn't really bait anything there. Okay. Jamming something into a counterspell seems fine here. Untapping the Surge node, putting another counter on the Chalice also seems fine. That would allow me to next turn go 1 mana, counter on the Chalice, play both 4-drops, and they would have to cast both counterspells on the same turn. I can also attack with my Construct, and then they can't really attack into it, since I can just untap it. Is Burn a very hard matchup? I'm currently 1-0 against it. Like, what's nice about this deck against Burn is that if they don't have Eidolon, you're just gonna race them most of the time. Game 1. And Urza Saga tokens can sometimes race them effectively too against Eidolon, but I found if they don't have Eidolon, like you usually race them. If they do have Eidolon, that's usually good enough to beat you. But you have Boseiju for Eidolon too that you can tutor for. Any options for 2 missing Scepters? I mean, the deck is like completely built around Scepter. I don't know, dude. That's I don't know how to help you. The deck is. So sometimes you can replace cards, but you know it feels like asking like I'm missing 2 copies of Karn Ironworks for my Karn Ironworks deck. Burn usually wins turn 3, turn 4. It's much more often turn 4 than turn 3. Turn 3 wins with Burn are like exceedingly uncommon. Like maybe 15% with Burn to win on turn 3. The audio seemed desync in YouTube videos. Okay, I'll look into it. I think I would rather have the Forge in play than the Karn. Obviously, it's not unlikely here that my opponent is going to be able to just have a second counterspell here, though. So I wonder if attacking with the Construct makes more sense. But I can play around Spell Pierce. I think I'm just supposed to do this. I think I'll still attack with the Construct. If I can just resolve an artifact next turn, I have lethal. How do you win fast with the deck? Sorry, do not get it. You have an infinite turn combo with Magistrate Scepter. You can make tons and tons of mana. You can win as you can start taking infinite turns as soon as turn 3. Alright, so any like 1 mana artifact that resolves here can be a win because I can make the Construct unblockable. Well, it's not. I mean, this also, if it resolves, just is a win. And they can't answer this. 3 counter spells. That'll be good enough though. Alright, 3 and 1. That was a really good match though. Very good match. Them having that engineered explosives too was like the fact that we almost like came back. They had to have 3 counter spells after the explosives. I think is a good sign for the deck. So I almost never mulligan Saga plus Power Conduit and another land on the play, so I'll keep. Kind of a slower hand. We're on the play. Yeah, we also, last match, beat Murktide on the Mold of 4, which is cool. What do you think of the state of Modern? Would I suggest Modern and Pioneer for you? I mean, I you know, not knowing you, I can't suggest Modern or Pioneer. You'll have to take a look at both formats and see which one looks more appealing. I'm having a ton of fun in Modern. I have been... Actually, like, the last, like, month and a half, I've had, like, more interesting and better brews than I've had in, like, a year. Which is really weird since there haven't been new cards, but I've been having a lot of fun brewing and trying new stuff, and I think Modern is really cool right now. Not everybody agrees with that, which is fine. Not everybody needs to like Modern. But I'm having a good time. Between Modern Pioneer, which... play the one which Real just plays the most. Yeah, that's a good piece of advice, I think. Ooh. Yeah, it's not like the Time Civ. This deck's like just very much all in. You can't really replace anything. I don't think it's weird. The meta has settled. The pause of new cards means digging deeper into unexplored spaces. I guess that makes sense. It's felt weird, at least. Okay, so we can get our chalice. Get our chalice here, and then... should just be fine to go... Well, maybe... Is making a Saga token correct this turn? Yeah, I think I'll make the Saga token. You're allowed to say your preferred format is good or have fun. Only give... Oh, I'm not allowed. Yeah, aren't allowed to play. Say my preferred format is good or have fun. I know. I don't know. There's been a lot of angst lately in the Magic community, I feel, but I also kind of feel like a big chunk of the angst is because there hasn't been any new content or like new cards to play with. And I feel like this kind of like, everything sucks is oftentimes related to, you know, no new cards coming out. Where they think Hammer Time stands? Hammer Time has been like super popular in Modern lately. I think it's like definitely a tier 1 deck at the moment. Yeah, I mean that is true. There's always some amount of angst in the Magic community, but it has felt particularly pronounced as of late. So they'll probably name Power Conduit, right? So I'll probably pop the Blast Zone this turn. Assume that they do name Power Conduit. They might name Saga. They do name the Power Conduit. Which I think is correct. And so I'm going to lose my Saga Power Conduit interaction. Stinks. Am I ever just supposed to take a turn here? I think not. Not drawing Scepter, I don't think I am. Can we go get one with map first? We don't have enough mana, right? I think using the map this game is going to be too slow. Oh no. Because now if I wanted to get a key, but if I get a key then it's just going to die to the Blast Zone. So maybe I just let my Power Conduit be needled, and then I just try to win without it. Because I have a lot of pieces here. I can do something like Surge Node, pay for Sentinel, counter on the Chalice, and then I can go Gemstone Caverns, untap the Surge Node, put another counter on the Chalice, have a lot of mana for next turn, just leave the Construct back and be focused on comboing off with Scepter, making a lot of stuff with Mystic Forge. I might chump block with the Saga this turn, or the Construct this turn if I had the chance. If I didn't use Saga, you might have Jedi Mind Tricked in and naming Saga. Yeah, that might have been like the better line. Just not make the token. Don't hate it. Yeah, let's just go ahead and gain 5. Unlikely to matter that much, I guess, where they're pretty likely to have lethal next turn. But maybe me sacking the Blast Zone is going to like shrink the constructs too. Although I'm still like not that likely to want to sack the Blast Zone, I guess. What do we cut the energy chambers for? Yeah, we were playing. We cut energy chambers for Voltaic Keys, which has been a really good upgrade, I think. What about red blue in every format right now? Do I think 2 good or 2 fine? I don't usually like questions that are like this general. Like I think you need to take every single format individually. In modern right now, I think blue red is totally fine. I don't think that the Murktide deck is a problem at all. Blue red is the best color combination in Pioneer, and I think that that's largely because they just seem very uninterested in banning. Banning Treasure Cruise. Yeah, I think we have to pop the Blast Zone this game, unfortunately. I can also Expedition map for Boseiju and channel Boseiju. Oh no, 1 minute short of channeling Boseiju. Damn it. Sorry. So pop the Blast Zone. This shrinks by 1, 2, 3, 4 power, 9, 10, 11. I guess. We're gonna have a lot of mana for next turn. I'm not sure that we survive this turn though. Oh, and if they have another artifact, another equipment to put into play. I mean, Nettlecyst would have killed me. Sword of the Meek. Okay, so 5. Yeah, we're dead to any artifact plus they're just equipping this. They could have basic land though. And that's also not technically a kill. Very hard for them to brick. They have to brick on the Smith, have a land or Urza. I guess not even Urza. Urza kills me too. Chromatic Star is good enough. I'll assume my opponent can count to 14 here. So yeah, so I think we bring in the Needle since when we have Karn in play, Karn is like needling all the relevant things, so we'll be able to Saga for Needle, and then I'm just gonna click Submit. Yeah, them naturally drawing their Needle was pretty brutal this game too. Did I miss a sub? Thank you to Ripdom. Thank you for the 6 months. What's the combo? The combo is getting 3 counters on your Magistrate Scepter every single turn, and then taking it for the turns, and you achieve this with some combination of Coretapper, Power Conduit, Surge Node, and then oftentimes one of your keys, untapping Coretapper, Power Conduit, Surge Node. That's the main combo, and then you can also go off with Paradox Engine plus Mystic Forge plus like just a lot of mana. Usually lets you play your whole deck. Is there any way in the 75 to beat Infinite Life? There's an Emrakul. Oh yeah, we can. Well, I don't think we can deal actual infinite damage though, like truly infinite. Okay, let's keep this. Usually with this hand, I'm going to want to Stirrings on turn 1, looking for a Everflowing Chalice or Astral Cornucopia. Yeah, I mean, there's not a deck that gets infinite life. There's Ballista. We can't make infinite mana, though. We can deal a massive but finite number of damage with Ballista, right? Okay, I guess I'll just take second Coretapper. It feels bad to miss on Chalice effects. We can tutor up one with Saga, but that's kind of slow, especially because I didn't play Saga turn 1, but obviously can't cast Stirrings off Saga. If my opponent portable holes the Coretapper, I do have Blast Zone, which is kind of interesting because maybe they just do it again next turn, and then they portable hole both Coretappers, Blast Zone, get Chalice, or something like that. Maybe that's just a fantasy here, though. Okay. I'm gonna look for Chalice effects. We missed on so many looks. I feel like we were somewhat likely to hit. We missed again, although I will say Power Conduit in combination with Urza Saga is very powerful, and not a card I'm unhappy to see here. And we're going to get our Chalice next turn. It's kind of slow, this game. Missing on like 12 looks at a Chalice or Cornucopia. I think my first drafts before I started to play the deck on stream, I had one Cornucopia in the sideboard for Karn, but I soon realized how you just always want to have one in your opening hand. Set own upkeep stop. You don't need to upkeep stop. This triggers in your draw step anyways. I will get the Chalice first here. Then we'll probably get Needle next turn, but for explosives. Not 100% sure that they're going to be on something like that, though. So I think I'm going to sack this Coretapper, just leave this one in play. But I could also do something like Manifold Key, or I could go kind of crazy. I could go Coretapper, sack on a Chalice, 5 mana, Manifold Key down to 4, untap, down to 3, 5, 1 more mana off the Saga, 1 more mana off the Blast Zone, Karn with 5 mana available. Which I think it actually puts me 1 mana short of trying to go off with Paradox Engine. Although I guess I would also be lacking a payoff to... Maybe did I miscount? This is Coretapper, 2 mana, 5, 6, 7, plus 3, 12. 5, 5, 6, 7, plus 3, no, just 10. Yeah, I could get Mystic Forge. I might just get Ballista. Yeah, I think getting the Karn in play and turning off an Engineered Explosive seems like a big priority to me. I can go Coretapper, Manifold Key, pay for Esper Sentinel, Karn for Ballista on 2. I believe that's... And I could also play the map if I want to, I think. I want to hold the map to trigger Paradox Engine, though. I think I'll probably do that. Oh, what if we just Ballista on 1, make a token? Yeah, I think that's better. That's better, because I don't want to have to chump block and ping. I'd rather just, like, have 2 blockers here. Yeah, I think that's best. This deck is so freaking difficult to play, dude. It's crazy. It's awesome, though. Definitely a fun deck to play on stream and figure out the lines. Okay, so I think I really do want these Blast Zones in the deck in addition to the Gemstone Caverns. So maybe I'll do something like cut a Forest. I think Ice Bridge is better than Forest, and then cut a Key. Finally, a Gemstone Caverns hand on the draw with turn 1 Power Conduit Saga. This is great. I think I'll put back the Chalice, although it's possible to just put back Stirrings. Stirrings doesn't seem that necessary. Yeah, I think I'll put back the Stirrings because if they answer my Chalice, I really want to have a backup. And what's kind of cool about this hand too is that now I just drew another one, but I can remove the luck counter this turn if I want to. Is this a new thing? Yeah, if you come to twitch.tv/aspiringspike, you're basically always going to see new things. I'm always trying something new, always trying to innovate, and this is the brews have been really good lately. The Esper Three Mages Touch deck is nuts. The Band Company Soul Herder deck, I like that one a lot. The Rakdos Sacrifice deck, I have like an 80% win rate after seven leagues, and now this one. Okay. Maybe them just drawing their Needle naturally both games is going to get us. Destructo with the 5-pack. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate ya. Got a gift disrupt from Destructo, which is most of you guys. Make sure to thank them. I would love for them to just name Urza Saga here. That would be so good for me. Maybe you're just good at the game, has nothing to do with brews. Yeah, people say this kind of stuff. Ah, Spike's just really good. Spike's just really good. But he can win with anything. But my cards don't do anything different when they're in my hands, you know? Like, when I draw these cards, they don't do anything different on my side of the table than they would do on your side of the table. And so it's like, oh, I didn't know the picture was this big. And so I believe that anybody is capable of picking up a deck like this and learning it and mastering it. No, dude. And losing to this too. They're also capable of that. That natural needle, dude. I think that anybody is capable of playing the decks like I play them, and that's, you know, a huge part of the reason why I like to do what I do, you know? Help people learn, get better. Yeah, I know people are cheeky. I understand, you're just bantering, but... I know you're just bantering, but I like to make a point that I think anybody can play any deck like I do. Anybody can play Jund like Reduke. Anybody can play Blue-White Control like Wafotapa. And my friend Mickey Humphreys is a shining example of that, because he is very naturally bad at Magic, very naturally bad at poker, but has spent his entire adult life learning both games, and now plays as well as anybody else. And he'll be the first person to tell you that, but he is very studious. I think I'll make a... Do I make a token this turn? No, this actually... Because hold on, let's think it out. I can go... Make a mana, get a key, use that mana, put a counter on the Everflowing Chalice, resolve Mystic Forge. Yeah, I guess resolving Forge is just going to be priority. Activate node first? Yeah, of course. Okay. Pretty good turn. Obviously, if my opponent has more disruption, good beats. They didn't have more disruption last turn. Pretty rough. Okay, so I needed... Oh, sorry, I just have another... I missed that I just had another one in my hand. Obviously, he's not in great shape or anything. I think I can't pay for this. Oh, interesting. So I can go node counter here. Yeah, I'm gonna be short of playing this Coretapper no matter what. So I just need to let them untap, but the next turn I can go kind of crazy. I'm gonna keep this. Is a Manifold Key better Voltaic to search for? I guess. It just doesn't ever freaking matter. Can we just please not have Voltaic Key versus Manifold Key conversations? It's just not gonna come up. I just don't care. Okay, so if they have a Metallic Rebuke here, we're probably not gonna win. They have a stop in my upkeep. Don't silence me. So I have another Cornucopia in my hand, but I think I'm gonna have the same issue where I just can't get anything going here. Did I not put another counter on Cornucopia from using Conduit on purpose? I didn't. I could. Power Conduit is needled with. It's Pithing Needle, chat. This game is so much easier if they don't have turn 1 needle for my Conduit or turn 2 needle. I think I'm just dead though. Yeah, tough game. Them having like, you know, a ton of premium one-man interactions, tough. Okay, 3-0 to 3-2. Sad. Still having a lot of fun. Definitely been the case of the deck that you lose to like multiple pieces of cheap premium interaction. Which is probably good for the format, right? Baited, think we switch Prime, Arbiter with the 10. Thank you. So let's get the prediction paid off and then start a...